And now we're joined in studio by Curtis Bropes, a chef at Beau Jo's, popular restaurant here in Fort Collins. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been working at Beau Jo's?
So just a year.
Wow.
But I've been in kitchen since I was like 14 years old.
Really? That's awesome. What do you love cooking or?
I
hope.
I think, yeah, I love elements of it. It's a really comfortable place for me. So ever since I was 14 in dish pits all the way up till now, managing a restaurant, I've done every aspect of the job, and it's just kind of a comforting place. I actually have a degree in biochemistry, so I keep falling back to the kitchen though, because I love it.
Nice.
Cool.
And what is your favorite pizza to make?
My favorite pizza to make, cheese.
Cheese? Why is that?
Because it's the easiest. It takes the least amount of time.
All right.
I mean, we're in a really high volume restaurant, so the whole thing, that's actually a joke. I don't know if I have a favorite pizza to make or not. But it's such high volume that the easier it is, the faster it goes through, the faster the customer gets it. So we're working sort of in an assembly line. And most kitchens work that way. Whether you're making pizzas or steaks or burgers or whatever, there has to be some sort of assembly line to it.
And so if you don't have a favorite one to make, what's a popular one with customers?
The most popular would be the Little Italy. Second most popular would be the Mother Load.
And
So
can you explain what those pizzas have on them? Yeah,
absolutely. So Little Italy has garlic olive oil, tomatoes, pepperoni, black olives, mushrooms, and then Parmesan and basil, and it's finished with Italian seasoning. The Mother Load has basically all the meats that we have. So meatballs, salami, pepperoni, ham, bacon, and mozzarella cheese.
So Beau Jo's prides itself on its mountain pies, right? What is a mountain pie exactly?
So a mountain pie is a thick rolled crust. So we have prairie and mountain pies. It's kind of the shtick out here in Colorado. Prairie pies being the flat ones, mountains being the big rolled pies. So we put yeast in our dough, and there are different ways that different pizza places do their dough. So I used to work at another place where we pre-made our dough and then refrigerated it, and it doesn't rise nearly as much. Beau Jo's leaves it at room temperature with the yeast in the dough, and we use honey in our crust to activate the yeast. So the yeast starts eating on the sugar, and it starts expanding because of the carbon dioxide that's produced. So when we roll our crusts and send it through the oven, all that extra heat makes it mountain up. And it's actually rolled in such a way that it looks like the foothills.
Gotcha. Very cool.
So kind of on that front, what is the process for making a pizza?
Okay, so it starts at 7:55 every morning, and we create a prep list. So we make sandwiches, salads, pizzas, but every ingredient that we have there has to be prepped. So whether it's chopping onions or slicing tomatoes or roasting vegetables, we have to do that behind the scenes before it comes time to make the pizzas. So the morning starts then from 8 to 11, we're doing prep work. Sometimes after that, like a Saturday morning after getting killed on a Friday, we'll have a ton of stuff to do. Then at 11, we open for business and we start doing buffet. So around 10, we start dough. It takes 15 minutes per batch. And I can't tell you what's in the recipe on TV, but so we make two different types of dough, wheat and white, and then roll out a whole bunch of pies. So what you see in the buffet window is only a part of it. We have like 3 to 4 backups in the back because there's so many people that come through so quickly that if we don't have backups, there's no way that we could keep up.
Wow.
On the weekends, we don't do buffet, and so it's just all pizzas to order. So in the background, we'll have extra crust rolled out, ready to roll. So if you order a 3-pound pizza there, someone will grab a 3-pound shell off the shelf, and they only last a few minutes, so one person is constantly putting out shells, while other people are constantly making the pies and sending them through the oven.
Wow, sounds like a busy place.
Yeah, it's there's a definite intensity to the restaurant, and that's what I love.
What's your favorite part about working there?
That is my favorite part. So the busier we get, the more on point we get. If it's really slow, we'll make more mistakes. So if you ever go in on a night when it's super slow, most of us are not in our element.
Not in the zone.
Not in the zone. A lot of us are kind of high strung and like we have to be doing, and it keeps our brains clicking. So the more things I have to remember, the better off I am generally. And so when it's really, really busy, the music's cranked up back there. In fact, at Beau Jo's here in Fort Collins, you'll hear the kitchen crew sometimes yelling or screaming or singing. If you happen to look through the window, you'll probably catch us dancing. So I actually encourage you to do that, because happy cooks means your food's coming out quickly. And yeah, and don't you want to get food from a happy person?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, next time I'll be sure to look through the window on
For
that
sure.
one.
And we play some great funk back there too.
All right,
So
well, good to know.
you'll see us getting groovy.
Yeah, good to know. Next time I'll be sure to definitely look through the window.
I think you should.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We
Absolutely.
really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, after the break, we will be right back, so stay tuned.